Alright guys and gals, Crypto Kurt here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a fairly in-depth look at the Debitum Network. I've been doing lots of research. I spent about 3.5 hours preparing for this video, just trying to get my head around what the company's doing, what they're proposing, what their strategy is, and then looking around the internet to see what everyone else is saying about the organization and about the ICO. As you can see, the ICO is currently live. They're currently in the 5% bonus phase, and I think it goes until February 25th. And you can see they're getting close to the to ending the 5% bonus. So this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. And you should do your own due diligence. And this video should be construed as education and research and entertainment purposes only. Having said that, time is of the essence if you want to get a 5% bonus by putting some ETH into this ICO. All right, so there's a lot of people, well, several people on the internet that have done some videos and written some articles, and they're basically comparing this opportunity or this company to Populus or the PPT token. Now, why is that important? Well, let's take a quick look at the results of the Populus PPT token. And I did a number of videos about Populus. I actually got involved with the Populus ICO and got some shares early. And you can see what's happened here. It started the run up just like the rest of the crypto crowd, but it went from $3.65, all the way up to $73, $73.45. And of course, this is US dollars. It's had a massive pullback because of the whole market having a pullback, and it's doing a nice little bounce, little dead cat bounce there. So we'll see what happens. But again, you're still up 10 times even at this point, right? And that's 10 times from November. And I can't remember exactly what my costs were when I first got in, but I'm up about, I think I calculated I'm up about 20 times. So it's a 20 bagger, as they say. So people have been watching what this has done, but Populus is also not necessarily just about the capital gain. Populus also has a very strong passive income opportunity. So what is Populus? Populus is invoice factoring, and that's pretty much all they do. And they have a platform where businesses can come put their invoices up for sale, and you as an investor can go buy Populus tokens and basically buy the invoice, rent the invoice, if you will, and then you're going to get back more Populus than you put in. So you're going to be able to make money that way, okay? But again, this video is not about Populus. This video is about the Debitum Network. And while the Debitum Network is offering a invoice factoring opportunity, and again, if you don't understand what invoice factoring is, please search on my channel. I did a video specifically on what is invoice factoring and explain exactly what that is. So you can go check that out. I might put a link to that in this description box of this one, so I don't have to reiterate the whole thing again. But effectively, a business owner who has an invoice from a company, so it's pretty much a guaranteed payment, he takes that invoice to a factoring platform and gets instant cash and gives up a portion of the value of the invoice, and then the investor on the other side who puts the cash back into the business owner's pocket gets to keep that difference. So you can make profit as an investor by making gains on the difference between what the loan value was versus what you put against the loan. Debitum, however, is offering several other financial services products or solutions to both borrowers and investors. And it's pretty full on. One of the reasons why it took me so long, they've got an 88-page white paper, and then they have a 33-page token economy paper. And I'm also going to make the same complaint that I've made about a number of these ICOs. And if anyone at Debitum hears this, take it on board. There's very little, even though the description, the white paper is very well written, and the token paper is very well written, but there's no indicative numbers of the kind of income that you can make from the platform using the tokens. So it's very frustrating because I can't go do one of my Uboot spreadsheets to show you guys what the potential income is, just because there's literally no numbers anywhere that give me any kind of financial basis to work with. Having said that, there is one thing we can look at, which I'll do in just a second. Hang on right now. So let's get that when we get down to this part of the section. So global small business financing, right? So they're leveraging the blockchain technology to secure and distribute fiat investments to the SME world. Now this is very important because Populus is pretty much sticking on the blockchain, and these guys are going to be using the Debitum tokens, but they're also going to be taking advantage of fiat because they're targeting small businesses mainly in Europe at the moment. And we'll look at the roadmap for the countries that they're chasing. But they're basically, their goal in the next 5 years is to have Debitum networks built in 50 different countries, servicing small, medium businesses that need loans. And because most small, medium businesses, at least in 2018, need fiat to exist, in other words, they can't do anything with cryptos, so there is going to be a big fiat component of this program and of this platform. Okay, they talk about being listed by Cliff High in his report. I will say they've removed it from the website, but they had a 10 out of 10 from Cliff High, and on their Twitter channel, he actually jumped on there and said, hey, I never said that, I never said that. And they said, hey, you did mention us in the report. Can we say that? And he said, yes, of course, I did mention you in the report. So they're being a little bit dodgy there, but it is what it is. Marketing is everything, right? Solving real $2 trillion USD credit gap for SMEs worldwide. More than 2 million raised already, ready for the 2018 launch, and the tokens are going to be traded immediately after the crowd sale, which again ends on February 25th. Now, there is a referral link below, and if this is of value to you and you find it valuable, please use my referral link. There is a benefit. There is an affiliate program. Even you can join the affiliate program and go do articles and do videos yourself and get some Deb tokens. But anyway, like I said, throw me a bone. It helps me keep my channel going and doing this pretty in-depth research for you guys. Okay, so these are the two co-founders, if you will, and on the 31st of October, the project beat 120 other applicants in a highly regarded ICO pitch competition in Gibraltar. Gibraltar is where they are actually going to incorporate the company. And Debitum won both the jury and the audience awards, and that's the first time this has happened in the history of the event. So obviously they're grabbing some attention. Okay, here's the challenge. 70% of all micro and small to medium-sized businesses in emerging markets lack access to credit. That's from the World Bank in 2017. And you can see there's a real $2 trillion credit gap. So it's a huge, huge market. So you can see that the Debitum network is designed to unite borrowers and those who help them apply. So we've got investors, lenders, risk assessors, document validators, insurers. There's debt collection as well. And companies or individual professionals who work in alternative finance space can connect into the network for free and immediately begin facilitating cross-border deals. So I'm going to point out a couple of things about this project that no one else seems to have picked up on or they don't think is important. And I think some of these things are amazing. One of the things these guys are going to do or want to do is as they grow into the various markets, they want to basically create communities and empower communities to build the Debitum network. So if you want to be a community leader, you can actually apply to become a community leader. So let's say you're a big-time whale investor and you've got a mate who has an insurance company and another mate that does debt collection. The three of you can come together and basically put your services forward on the platform and start building your own community by facilitating the network and getting access to SMEs in your marketplace. So it's really cool because there's going to be a social effect. There's going to be a true networking effect. Unlike Populous, which is simply a platform which goes and gets companies to put their invoices on. And I'm not taking anything against Populous. I wish I would have bought 10 times more, obviously, based on the results that you've seen from the returns. But this is a different way of looking at it. I found it really fascinating when you read through the white paper and you see what the opportunities are to basically build a community of business support, which is going to profit both in fiat and in crypto. So it really is. They're calling it a hybrid model, which is quite interesting. So don't go running and screaming because you hear fiat and they're going to be using fiat money, because the reality is, again, small businesses use fiat to keep their business running, right? So they're going to come to the platform and they're going to want fiat to keep the business running. And you also, as an investor, have an opportunity to invest either cryptos into the platform, or you can actually invest cash. You can invest fiat also into the platform. So again, that was pretty interesting. So this is where they talk a little bit about the hybrid network. So you can see it's fiat transactions and blockchain processes. Everything's going to live on the Ethereum blockchain, which obviously makes it secure and incorruptible. And then it's going to be an Ethereum-based family of smart contracts facilitated by one internal means of payment. and the transactions run through fiat currencies, ensuring businesses can actually use the service easily in their locality and from day one. So if we take a look a little bit at the token economy, if you will, the more loans processed via the network, the more DEB tokens are needed. As all the service providers need to freeze some coins, DEB token supply will be limited, and in the crypto world, increased token value often represents that the company is evolving rapidly, which is true. Okay, so how this might work. All right, so first, you get to contribute to the network and buy some coins, buy your DEB tokens, okay? This is an example. Fernando runs a timber company in Brazil and would like to export his production to the Netherlands. Currently, as Fernando has no money for international business growth, he sells all his production quite cheaply to Alex, a middleman taking care of business development in the Netherlands and logistics. Fernando finds Debitum Network and puts a loan application for 20,000 USD with 12% interest rate, providing his production in his warehouse as collateral. All right, so this story is really one of the only scenarios which gives me any kind of ability to go do some guesswork at the kind of money that you possibly could make as an investor on the platform. So I'm going to just run out and look at a quick calculator real quick. Okay, so they don't give us a duration in this particular scenario. So it's 20,000 USD, 12% interest rate, but they don't tell us how long the loan is for, which is a key part of trying to do some of these calculations. So again, I'm going to make assumption it's going to be for a year. All right, so let's look at this. So I've gone to a payment calculator. We're going to use a fixed rate, $20,000, 1 year, monthly payments, interest rate at 12%. We're going to calculate, and we're going to get a payment out of $177 per month. So if we bring out the Uboot spreadsheet, we have a loan for $20,000, duration of 12 months, payment total of $1,777. Total amount paid back is $21,324. Your profit would be $1,324. And again, the white paper doesn't actually talk about, do you get monthly payments, you know, how is it distributed, you have to wait the year. There's a lot of these little details that they just fly right over, which is very frustrating when you want to drill down to the nitty gritty. Having said that, we can have a look at their platform. We will go into the back end and see what their beta platform is, or their practice platform. But again, I couldn't really glean any of this information from looking at that either. What we also don't know exactly is how many DEB tokens are we going to have to put up to create the 20,000. Is it going to be a dollar for dollar amount? With all of these kind of scenarios, these platforms, they don't like dealing with cryptos as given, either taking in cryptos or giving out cryptos, as taking it as a loan or giving it out as a loan, or taking it in as an investment and giving it out as a loan, because of the variation in value, which is, again, why Populous has their PPT token, because it's separate, and then they're going to have a POKEN as well. So anyway, these guys are using their DEB token as an internal valuation. They'll have to stake it. They'll have to put it against a certain amount somehow. But again, I couldn't really find exactly how that is going to be valued. But the point is that you're potentially going to be able to make some money in a passive income scenario. Okay, so that's a potential way that the loans might work, right? And then it says, obviously, the tokens are going to grow in value. Everyone with spare money can join the network, provide a loan. So it doesn't have to be one person. You don't have to cough up the $20,000 yourself. You can purchase portions of loans and portions of invoices as well. So that's kind of interesting. I want to have a quick look at the utility of the token. So the network is a distributed ecosystem consisting of various counterparties involved in the small, medium, and medium businesses financing process. So there's borrowers, risk assessors, insurers, investors, debt collectors, and other counterparties who all use Debitum tokens as the only possible means of payment among themselves when transacting with the Debitum network. So this comes back to that community that I was talking about. So again, you're going to have small businesses can join the community and can actually offer their services to each other, and you can use the DEB tokens to actually purchase those services and utilize the smart contracts on the Ethereum network. So again, very interesting how they're opening this up to a whole bunch of different business types. And so there's kind of the investors on one side, and then there's all the business services on the other side, and then on the middle you've got the potential borrowers. So the borrowers can get insurance. The investors can buy insurance. The investors can hire debt collectors. The investors can pay for risk assessors. The lenders can ask and pay for risk assessors. And that's all happening on the network using DEB tokens. So that's one of the ways that DEB tokens are going to be used from a utility perspective, is you're going to use those DEB tokens to pay someone else for their services depending on the service that you're going to utilize. So basically there's a value exchange role, which is Debitum tokens will be used by borrowers and investors to buy services on the ecosystem with the ability to set the price for the services acquired in accordance with the quality and quantity of services received. The Debitum token will allow all ecosystem users to earn value and spend it on valuable services in a measured way. And the tokens will be used as a security to guarantee counterparties' delivery of services. So tokens will also be used to run trust arbitrage smart contracts that will indicate the trust level of each network counterparty within the ecosystem. This way, tokens will ensure and guarantee the credibility of the Debitum network. So again, they're kind of chasing 3 or 4 different angles, and they're allowing the DEB token to be utilized in multiple ways, which again I think is very powerful, and I think is going to truly add to the value of the DEB token once the platform goes live. Now, they do have a very long roadmap. As I said, they have a business based in Lithuania, which we'll take a look at in a moment. They're going to be based, the company's again registered in Gibraltar, and I'll show you the roadmap again of the countries that they want to chase. But it's, as I said, it's a very interesting multi-access point for the DEB token holders. If we take a deeper look at the tokenization model here, we've got 400 million of the Debitum network that are going to be created. Tokens will be distributed 60% in the sale and 40% are going to be held by the organization. 60% going to go in the crowd sale, and then 10% for supporter share, 15% for the team share, and 15% in reserve. Okay, if we have a quick look at the team here, these are the 2 co-founders, and they currently already run an existing business, which we're going to have a look at. Some of the people, again, you know, if you're familiar with these guys, this Mart Loom guy came over from Slack. He says he was the first employee with Slack. They've got a pretty high-level advisory board. Again, you can go check out all the LinkedIn profiles and have a look for that yourself. But I guess I was more impressed with the fact that they have an existing company that's been around since 2015. The company's called Debifo, so I put in Debifo in Google and found the site straight away, and you can see this is what they're doing. So smart working capital solutions. They've done 20 million the value of invoices financed so far is 20 million euro. They're saying 97% would recommend the organization, 100% satisfied customers, and basically they're an invoice factoring company, and they've got a lot of experience doing that. And you can see how it works. So financing, loan price, benefit, reduced costs, etc. So all the things that that make an invoice factoring company interesting and valuable to small businesses is now kind of on steroids with the blockchain, because again, they're getting rid of the middlemen. You can see this is how they make their money. So companies register. They don't charge registration fees. There is a credit check. This is the payment fee. So basically the companies pay a percentage every 30-day period. And then there's no transaction fees. So that's how they're kind of selling themselves there. You can see a little bit. They've got some press. So again, you can come have a look. But it's an existing company, and they're already doing quite a bit of business. Okay, so what I've done here is logged into their beta or their fake back end, where you can actually see what the platform's going to look like. And this brings up another point, which I think is really interesting, that again, nobody else has picked up on, and I think is going to be really valuable for investors that want to get into this program, and that is that they're going to have a secondary market. And in this secondary market, let's look at this. Let's give this an example. You have invested $20,000 into the Debitum, and you've bought you've invested in a loan. And let's assume that you're going to get monthly payments. You're going to be getting a little bit of passive income every month from that. But something comes up, right? Great deal on a house. You're going to go buy a boat. You want to take your mom on a trip around the world. Whatever. Something comes up where you need cash. You're going to be able to take that loan that you've committed to for 12 months as an investor and come into their secondary market and sell it. How cool is that? Like, you'll be able to get your cash back immediately, or your tokens. I believe they're going to pay out either tokens or ETH, I think, are the two options. So you can get the Deb tokens back or get ETH back. But anyway, the point is that once you're committed, you're not necessarily committed, because again, you can cash out by coming to their secondary market. Now, the secondary market may offer some arbitrage opportunities. There may be an opportunity for you to come in here and get a better option, because again, if people are really, really wanting to cash out, maybe they're off. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but there certainly is going to be a secondary market where you're going to be able to either go in and buy existing loans that people have committed to, or you can be able to sell a loan that you've committed to. Again, I haven't seen anyone else talk about this, and I think it's a very interesting and potent aspect of being an investor in this platform. So again, if we come back to the main screen here for their platform, again, you're going to be able to basically have a bird's eye view of your investments, your return, if there's anything out of date or anything that's running behind in payments, etc., etc. So this is going to be where you're going to be kind of accessing your records and monitoring what's happening with your account. If we take a quick look at the roadmap, so this company started back in 2015. Again, that was a Debifo setup, which we just had a quick look at. 2017, they started thinking about how this could work. From a crypto perspective, they've been working on the creative proof of concept throughout 2017, raising funds through the crowd sale through 2017 and 2018, building the network. Q4 2018, the Debitum Network 101.0 should be complete. So they've got a short roadmap here, and again, there's a much longer roadmap in the white paper itself. If you want to access the white paper or white papers, there's multiple ones. Again, click on white paper, you'll land on this page. There's a pitch, there's the white paper, then there's a token generation event, and then there's a Debitum Network executive summary. So let's see if we can have a quick look at the white paper. All right, so for whatever reason, I couldn't get the PDF to open underneath my view or my camera window here. So I've cut and pasted this out of the white paper. They're based in Lithuania, so obviously that's on their list. Latvia, Estonia, Hungary, Slovenia, Greece, non-Eurozone, Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Turkey. They're going after Russia, Ukraine, Belarus. They're going after South America, so countries in South America, Central America, throughout Asia, Middle East, Africa, and that's pretty much it. So those are the 50-odd countries that they want to end up having a Debitum network set up in, again, at the end of 5 years is their plan. So that means that the network is going to be pretty big, and with a set number of fixed tokens, the opportunity for the value of the token to go up, I think, is going to be very interesting. So it could be a great capital gain play, along with the passive income that I think you're going to be able to generate by being involved in the network and getting paid out in either Deb tokens or ETH, is my assumption. Okay, so there you have it. They do have their own YouTube channel. Obviously, they have multiple other ways you can get access to them, Telegram and Slack and all those good things. But very worthwhile taking a look and trying to make a decision quickly, because, again, you're getting near the end of the 5% bonus. So certainly worth, again, having a look. They do have a chat box here. You can come over here and ask them questions. There is an affiliate program, so once again, there is a referral link down below. So again, if you haven't already purchased or you're interested, please go through the affiliate link, and I'll get a little bit of bonus, and that's always a big help. Again, helps me keep the channel going and giving you guys some great content. So once again, the Debitum ICO review, and I'll leave it there. So I'll just leave it by saying that this is not the next Populous. It's going to be a much bigger opportunity. So go have a look at Populous. If you own Populous and you've seen what that token has done for you, very well may experience the same situation with the Debitum. So that's it. Crypto Kurt out.